Hi all. Today I want to show how how to use this DeWalt 20-volt brush laced nail gun. Again, this is battery powered DeWalt 20-volt brushless nail gun, and it's fully automatic, right? Unlike the pneumatic ones, this is definitely powered by battery. It does come with a solid 20-volt lithium ion battery, and as you can see, if you're continuously using it, it should last you a very long time. To be honest, like, I've never run out of battery, and I do have a spare battery to charge. As you can see, that's the charger right there. But let's talk about the gun. This has been basically very helpful for me in my basement framing project, so I thought this is a very good tool. I should probably do a video about it. And this is also a little bit expensive, so we just want to make sure, like, everybody double thinks, should I buy it, should I not buy it, that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to give my honest review about this. This tool is really helpful. I highly recommend it. First of all, the only caveat here is it's a little bit heavier side, so get a feel for it. Don't go buy, because it's also bigger, like size wise it's slightly bigger, and you just want to make sure that you're comfortable holding a few pounds, and also the volume of it. So but it's for me, I'm not like a super big guy, but this is solid for me. I was able to use this in finishing up all the framing for my basement, which is just a glimpse of it. A lot of work being done, but this is about 1,500 square foot we are finishing. I did all the framing using this one nail gun and had no problems. So basically, how to use it. It will have the nail loader, as you can see, track, which comes with an auto lock in the back, which is basically spring system. So basically pull it back all the way, and then it will lock in place, so you can load or unload nails from right here, the assembly right here. So as you can see, it basically takes the 21 degree standard 21 degree nails, which is basically the tilt on the front hammer portion, right? So these are very standard framing nails. It will have a trigger right here, and then the trigger lock is that small button right there. But as you can see, it's really flush with the body. It's not really coming out here. So obviously, for the very good reason, you don't want to accidentally shoot nails, because that could be disastrous. So now the lever is locked, and in order to unlock, I would push it from the right hand side to come on that side, and now it's ready to be triggered. But as you can see, it's not firing as I'm triggering in. There's another safety mechanism on this, which is this side right here. At the beginning, there is a spring mechanism to lock the gun in place. What happens is, when you press the gun against the wood, all these three levers, 1 2 3, they will basically hold the gun in place and then guide the nail into the wood from here. So that's what that does. And the gun will not fire unless you press this all the way down using this spring assembly here. When you press the nail gun against the wood, this gets pressed down, and then at the same time, then it'll trigger the gun, so the power will be available for the gun. At that time, you would use your lever, and then basically it'll shoot the nail into the wood. That's how it works. So it's very safe from that standpoint. So even if you're mistakenly pressing this against the wood, and I'll show you when you press it what kind of sound it makes. So watch. Like that. At this point, it's ready for the trigger, right? So I did not trigger that. I'll show you just in a bit. That's the kind of sound it makes, so you know that it's ready to release the nail. As soon as I use the trigger, it will do that, right? The other thing to notice is, sometimes when you hit, if the wood is shaky, or the nail got stuck for whatever reason when you're shooting it in the wood halfway through, the nail would bounce back, and the gun detects that shock. At that point, it will lock the nail release, and I mean, for the most part, you probably just hit metal piece, or you know that there was some, you just want to redo it. So there is a lever in the front, which is here, which will release the lock on the operations. And then you do that once, press the gun down again, and it should release the lock automatically for you. So it's really, really simple from that standpoint. Here's another thing I like to share. It does come with a hook, like is pre-installed. This basically goes, as you can see, it's like 360 degrees turn, can go all the way other side, and it has a notch in between, so you can hang it to wherever you'd like while working on your projects. If you're not, just tuck it down there. You're ready to use your nail gun. So let me show you how it works now. So first things first, aim the nail gun at the wood at the angle, desired angle, basically. And now I'm gonna press the gun on the wood like this, and it's gonna fire up the power. At that point, I'm going to press this trigger down here to shoot the nail. So watch, I'm pressing it down now. Gun is fired. Now I'm gonna shoot the nail, and there it is. That's the nail right there, and it's perfectly plumb with the wood. No hammering required. Let me show you one more. So right there's another nail there. Aim the gun, press it in, and here we go. So this time, actually, I shake the nail. This is a very good example of sometimes, what I did was I pressed it down, and then I raised my nail gun like that. It basically did not transfer the whole hammer power into the wood, so that's what happens once in a while. You could just use a hammer to hammer that down further, but it's very rare because you're shaking. I shake the nail gun there, but I wanted to show like sometimes those things could happen, but that's again rare, and it really depends on you. Like if you're shaking the gun and not angling it properly, that's why. So again, this is a really sturdy nail gun, and I highly recommend it. I had no issues so far. It's been quite some time I've had it. It does come with this Allen wrench in the end that again, in the event that you want to open up and do some maintenance, again, there's a whole manual about how to do maintenance on these things. But I can tell you that I've had this for more than a year, never needed any maintenance whatsoever. It is very, very sturdy, and in fact, once I dropped this from my ladder all the way on the floor, and I was really worried because a lot of things happened. Number one, I think this whole tray was disassembled and fell apart, including this the front portion of it, and I wasn't sure what issues it's gonna have after that. But then again, there was no manual instructions obviously for this kind of issue, because this was just out of the ordinary, in my opinion, right? So I just followed my instinct on what things goes where, and kind of try to put it together. Believe me or not, it took me just 5 minutes to put everything together and have a perfectly working nail gun, as if it never fell down. So it's very, very rigid and sturdy. I highly recommend it. It doesn't break. From like I was talking about around 8-9 foot fall on the concrete, and this thing is solid. The battery was intact and the whole system is intact, and highly recommend it. I got this from Lowe's, I think, but you can get it at Lowe's, Home Depot, or maybe online. Yeah, I don't want to get into that. This video is definitely not sponsored. I just wanted to make sure I share my feedback with everybody on whether you're looking for some DIY projects and you want to get this kind of nail gun. It is very, very helpful. it'll speed up your work significantly as well, unlike the pneumatic ones, where I think the pneumatic ones are lightweight because, again, you're not carrying this whole assembly of, of hammering mechanism as well as the battery on the pneumatic ones, because the pressure is coming from the air. So if you have air compressor and you use the pneumatic guns, they're also really good. But this was an alternate because I did not want to buy an air compressor and then the whole airline and then the assembly and all of that. But that's not a bad option either. This is just one of the options I found. I thought that I wouldn't have to refill my air compressor all the time. All I do is recharge my battery and ready to go. So there it is. If you have any comments about this or questions, feel free to leave a comment below. But otherwise, enjoy. Hope you like this video. Thank you.